What's up guys, it's ApTreX here. Finally the RPCSX, the best PS3 emulator for Android devices, is back with a brand new update, and in today's video we'll be setting it up, we'll be testing out some amazing titles like GTA 5 and God of War 3. I'll be showing you guys the best settings and I'll be talking about what's actually new in this update. But before getting started, if you guys want to stay up to date with all the latest emulation news, then smash that like button, subscribe, turn on all notifications as I upload similar videos on my channel. Let's jump right into our today's video. To get started, let me talk about how you can update your RPCSX PS3 emulator on Android. Now, if you haven't already added the RPCSX emulator on your mobile devices, you'll need to add it first from its official GitHub. So as you know, RPCSX is a completely open source project, and if you go to the Actions tab, you guys will be able to see some of its latest builds. So you'll need to be signed into your GitHub account and make sure to add the RPCSX emulator on your mobile device. Once that has been done, simply launch it and it will say RPCSX update available. And this update is a very recent update released only about 3 days ago, the September 23 build of RPCSX. The developers have stopped updating the RPCSX emulator on their official GitHub. They will only provide major updates there, but for all the updates going forward, you will get them inside your game itself. So I was using the September 2 build, but let's update it to the September 23 build of RPCSX emulator. Now in this version of RPCSX, you can expect better performance, better compatibility. So simply tap on the OK button, and afterwards you'll need to update the UI as well. So simply tap on update, and yeah, just reopen the RPCSX emulator. Here we go, we are all set with updating the RPCSX emulator on our Android device. So here if we go to the RPCSX UI Android About section, you will see the version of RPCSX emulator that I am running on my Android device, the September 23, 2025. So first of all, we'll go to the settings option. Here are all the settings that you can apply inside your RPCSX emulator. First of all, I recommend you guys to go to GPU drivers, tap on the plus button, select the first option and let it fetch the graphics driver for the RPCSX emulator. Using graphics drivers on RPCSX will provide you with better performance and better compatibility with games. So make sure to use the latest Turnip 25.3.0 revision 9 if you are on a Snapdragon processor Android device. If you have Mali GPU Android device, then you can keep it as the default system graphics driver, or for Snapdragon 8 Elite you can go with Adreno 819 graphics driver, but I'll go with the default graphics driver. Once that's done, go to main settings, go to core settings, and here PPU threads you can set it all the way up to 8. But it might cause some crashing issue. If it does, then make sure to decrease it back to 2. Lowering your PPU thread will fix it. Everything else you guys can copy and set it as default. Once that's done, let's go to video settings, and here are the most important best settings that you need to apply. Resolution scaling, set it to 720 by 480, aspect ratio 16:9, MSA, make sure to disable this. Shader precision should be low. You need to enable write color buffers and read color buffers if you want to play games like God of War or any games. If you face graphical issues, then make sure to enable these two options. If you are playing games like GTA 5, then you don't really need to enable these options. VSync, make sure to turn it off. Enable stretch to display area option. Scroll down until you find the frame skip. You can also enable manual frame skipping if you want to, but we'll keep it disabled in today's video. Resolution scale, make sure to set it to 50. Afterwards, scroll down, go to performance overlay and make sure to enable performance overlay if you want to get stats about your games and how well are they working. Go to Vulkan and make sure to disable the force FIFO present option. Everything else you can keep it as default. Now that you have applied the video based settings, you can go to the audio section, and here renderer, make sure to set it to null if you want few more FPS while playing PS3 games on your mobile device. But this will mean that you won't have any audio output while emulating games, and everything else you can keep it as default. You don't really need to change anything. And that's about it in terms of the best settings of the RPCSX emulator's latest version. With that being said, what are we waiting for? Let's jump right into our today's video. The first game that we'll try out is the original 32 GB version of God of War 3, and after waiting for a few seconds, you guys can see Sony Computer Entertainment presents God of War 3. Let's quickly skip this cutscene by pressing any button, and here we go. Our original God of War 3 has successfully started. Towards the left side of your screen, you guys can see the FPS which I am getting on my own Android device. And here we go, the game crashed. So you need to actually get into the game quickly or else you will face crashing issues. Okay guys, after trying to reopen the game for the 15th time, you guys can see I have actually booted into God of War 3, and here we go, our game should begin. Now it's not a guarantee that this game will work in today's video because it might crash during the beginning cutscene. The beginning cutscene of God of War 3 is actually super long, as you know, but let's wait and find out if our game I was gonna say works or not, but you guys can see it actually crashed. So unfortunately God of War 3 is crashing. I think the problem behind it might be that you need to re-add the games after updating the RPCSX emulator, because it is running the shaders that were previously compiled in the older version of RPCSX. So I think re-adding the game once again freshly might help fix that problem. But let's try out our next game, which is going to be Grand Theft Auto 5, again one of the best PS3 games ever released. So here we go, Rockstar Game presents our GTA 5 is about to start. Now you guys can actually see how downscaled the resolution is when you set it to like 720p and then 0.5x the resolution of 720p. It's literally blurry text, so this is actually very effective inside the RPCSX emulator, whereas if you try downscaling your resolution in a PS3, another PS3 emulator, it just doesn't work. And here we go, London Dorf, Northampton, 9 years ago. Let's see if our game works. I hope that it does not crash, because I have seen GTA 5 crash many times inside the RPCSX emulator. But here we go, it seems that our game can actually run. Now is the time when the game actually crashes a lot, when you can start controlling Michael. So will it crash? So here we go, now we are able to actually control Michael, and you guys can see finally GTA 5 did not crash inside the RPCSX emulator as usual after switching to Michael. So this is definitely an improvement. Whenever I had tried out playing GTA 5 on my Android device inside the RPCSX emulator, it has always crashed most of the times. The only time I was able to play it properly was on my Mali GPU Android device, but it was getting like 3 to 5 FPS. But here on Snapdragon 8 Elite, you guys can see the performance, which I am getting almost 25 FPS while emulating the original Grand Theft Auto 5 on our mobile devices. And you guys can see it is actually running decently well. Like seriously, I did not expect this at all, but finally it seems that the RPCSX emulator is getting more stable day by day. So definitely do update it and try it out on your own mobile devices. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.